Hey, everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Crunching the Numbers Monday Night Football Edition, and welcome back. No wonder he's a two-time Emmy Award winner, Mark Everett Kelly from ESPN, and he's doing great job here for Fired Up Network. He previewed 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Sunday games, and the Buffalo Bills game. We're going to get to the Monday Night Football game, and here it is. It's debut of one quarterback, and Chicago has the other quarterback who wants to be a superstar. Minnesota, Chicago, Soldier Field, Monday night. Who you got?
Well, I think Chicago passing the ball, their quarterback has always had problems. And Caleb Williams really, I don't think he's sold everybody on his ability yet. Justin Fields, they thought he was going to be good. They wound up giving up on him. And I think until they get a 4,000-yard passer, which they still haven't had, like Rich High said, the Bears, the only one with a 4,000-yard passer. I just think, Minnesota last year, Sam Darnold had a great year, I thought. And you didn't – the last I heard of Sam Darnold, the Jets went 2-6 in the first half of 2019, 6-2 in the second half with him. And then they was awful with them in 2020. They went and they went up signing the little boy who played quarterback for a couple of years, whose mom was better looking than most of the people. I get into that anyway. But anyway, I think Minnesota, everybody's kind of wondering how they're going to do with the Michigan quarterback. And are they good enough? They got weapons everywhere, though. I mean, they really do. And they're good enough with the offensive players they have to win. And I think the Bears, I don't know if Caleb Williams is good enough yet to consistently lead them to wins and to consistently make plays in the fourth quarter to lead them. I like the Vikings in this one.
And of course, you're talking about J.J. McCarthy, and it should be interesting, like Aaron Rodgers, when he stepped back and he tore his Achilles. He's coming.
What do you think of McCarthy?
I think they're putting a lot of pressure on this guy right now. If he played last year and came back this year, I can expect something good, if not great, from him. But it takes, when you're playing in the NFL and you're a rookie and you're a highly touted rookie, let's face it, right? It takes you a little bit, a couple weeks, 2, 3, 4 games to get your feel for it and all that. And especially now coming off the injury he came off of, so it's doubly a thing. I think they're going to be okay by mid-season, but the first, second, third games, right? Like they're on Monday Night Football next week. They're on Sunday Night Football, right? So they play Minnesota. So there's a lot of pressure on this guy. Let's see how he deals with it. He dealt with it great in Michigan. Michigan won the title and all that, but it's difficult when you're mentally, not physically, mentally, to come, okay, I'm going to do it. But there's 300-pound guys running after me. Is my knee, right, and all that. So I think there's a lot of pressure on him, undue pressure on him, but pressure nonetheless, right? Minnesota put the bank on this guy. Last year they got lucky with Darnold, and they did a very good job. In fact, nobody expected that. They're expecting the same thing, what happened last year, to happen this year now that they have, quote-unquote, a number one quarterback. The difference is Williams was good, and they added weapons around him. Who knows? McCarthy is good, but is his mental game for the first couple weeks going to be up to snuff? That's the only question I have. I don't know what you say.
You remember we were talking about young quarterbacks. Now, last year, remember we were talking about Bryce Young earlier. Bryce Young, last 3 games, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Ever since only 8 touchdowns the first 15 games. And he wound up throwing for over 200 yards per game and completing 64% of his passes. They went 2-1 down the stretch. That's why people are kind of thinking they're back on the upswing. Yeah. Like you said, young quarterbacks, they need that time. I mean, what Peyton Manning, 3-13 in his first year, right? 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. And then the next year they go 13-3 and, make the playoffs, wind up losing Tennessee in the divisional round. Remember, Peyton Manning, took him lost his first 3 playoff games, including a 41-0 drubbing of the Jets the last time the Jets played a home playoff game.
Yep.
So it takes a while sometimes, you're right.
And here's the difference, or not really difference. Peyton Manning played in a dome.
Mm-hmm.
McCarthy is playing in a dome. Compared 8 of the games, or maybe I don't know the schedule. Maybe they got 9 home games, but 8 or 9 home games are playing in the dome, and then they put frozen tundra. They go to
Yep.
Chicago and all that.
Yep.
So he's maybe got a little bit of advantage playing in a dome stadium, but I got to check the schedule. If more of the home games are in the latter portion of the schedule, Minnesota will be fine. If there are like 4 games in the front end of the schedule, I don't know, because like I said, like you made a good point with the Carolina quarterback Bryce Young. It takes them a while to, and especially he comes off an injury, so double something's in his head. But it should be a good Monday Night Football. It's always good seeing Chicago, Soldier Field, and it's interesting to see what happens with Soldier Field in the next 2 years. I know Buffalo Bills have the great stadium, Highmark Stadium, coming up next year,
Yep.
but Chicago wants to build something magnificent. Cleveland wants to build something magnificent. So we'll see what happens there. And Minnesota, their stadiums,
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
also, it's
And
great.
Cleveland, last built 1999. It's not that long ago.
No,
I
it's
remember them
like
rebuilding the
26,
Georgia
27
Dome.
years. Yeah.
After way too soon. And in the Meadowlands, remember they built Meadowlands, the new complex, 2009,
Yeah.
or 2010, and that's already outdated.
Yeah, it's 15 years. Can you believe it? It's 15 years. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I know
and
they have
remember,
WrestleMania there, but yeah.
and then they had, the in Atlanta, the new dome, Mercedes Benz, but they had the Georgia Dome, and they didn't play. I don't think they played 20 years at the Georgia
Right,
Dome.
yeah.
And
I remember
Atlanta,
Georgia
they
Dome.
also had Turner Field, and now they have SunTrust Stadium. So
Yep.
it's like Atlanta has money
I know.
to do stuff, right? So who knows?
I remember '92 when they had Dion, and it was supposed to be built on speed. That was the whole point of the
Yeah, but
Jerry
they played the
Jones Bill
Toronto Blue Jays. Who wouldn't lose to the Toronto Blue Jays? 92.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. They played the Toronto Blue. Anyways,
Hey,
Mark.
Notice Nixon got that game tying hit with one of the greatest moments in baseball history. But they still couldn't win in Game 6. Dave Winfield got the game-winning hit.
Yeah, Dave Winfield and throw it to Joe Carter. Joe Carter in
That's right.
92 caught it, and then he won it in 93 with the home run off the wall thing. So put it that way. Joe Carter I say Joe because Joe, right? But
Yep.
Mark, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you social media-wise.
You can find me at Mark Everett Kelly on Facebook and Northeast Alabama Sports on Facebook. So many wonderful things that are happening here with the kids in high school athletics that I cover. It's a place really where you can cover. Football is a huge sport. Everybody loves football, and I do a lot of stuff on football, but I try to get and tell everybody's story. All these athletes, they got wonderful stories. These coaches work extremely hard. And other sports is wrestling, volleyball, tennis, softball, baseball, golf, all these other sports that maybe don't get covered. Wrestling, I'm going to really do a lot on cross country. I had a chance to interview the cross country coach at one of the local high schools here, and in the background she had a picture of Edgar Allan Poe, Superman, and then one of the Pac-Man monsters. So wow. I mean, we're talking about deep people.
And like I gotta say this, okay? We're gonna give a shout out to one of your sponsors, because the way you speak about these sponsors, say, "Oh, great food, you got steaks and everything like that." Give it, because once I come to Alabama, first of all, I don't know, Mark, if you know this. I'm the president of the provinces of Canada, the mayor-elect of North America, soon to run for the mayor of Mozambique. I can't spell it, but I can run for it. All right? If Donald Trump can be the president of the U.S., I can run for Mozambique. I can run from Zimbabwe. I can run for everything, right? But tell me about this place that you talk about. Sooner or later, I'm going to go to Alabama, and you got to pay for the steak, okay?
Yeah, so the Cattle Stampede here, Miles Smith is the guy who runs it. Miles and Bobby Ledbetter is the other guy I is a sponsor. Bobby's got 2 offices or 2 outlets. He sells cars, but Bobby's not a normal car salesman. You think a normal car salesman just sell you anything. Bobby really takes time to talk to you, and he'll sell you something that you need, and he'll give you a great deal, and he cares about you. Like the other day, I tell you about Bobby. I'm coming home on Sunday night after I was here all day on Sunday, and I'm about an hour and a half away. I'm on Route 59 going home, and my tire blows. And this is around 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. Nobody's coming to get me. Okay. So my car sits there. I call Uber. And then I called Bobby, that night. It couldn't get him, left a message with him. The next day, he sent out a tow truck, picks up my car, puts on a tire. These are these guys. And Miles and Bobby do so much for the community. And here at the cattle stampede, they got a great buffet, and they let me eat free, and I'm stuffing my face.
What? Hold on, I didn't know they let you eat free.
My plate here, my empty plate here. So yeah.
Wow. All right. So check out. It's under the timeout banner. Check out all of Mark's shows. And Mark, you did great. Maybe if my teams win and I make a little bit of shekels, I'll come on week 2 and give you 1 shekel. But we'll have a preview of week 2 in the National Football League. How about that, Mark?
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you.